Hey guys, I've just started a live stream and I don't have a lot of water. Oh, that's a big mistake. But I shall power through. So I've not did a live stream for a week or two, maybe even longer than that. Yeah, so I've been busy with some other things over the last few weeks. I've not managed to do a live stream, so it's been about 2 weeks, I think, since my last live stream. So, what am I going to talk about? Well, I did a video earlier on today talking about World CryptoCon and the fact that I'm attending. I will talk about that briefly, and I want to talk about GPU mining still. You know, this is a topic that still comes up, but hey, it's relevant. And I haven't explored the hash rates of a 2080 and 2080 Ti yet. Now, I probably will do a dedicated video about that. I probably will do some sort of, you know, summary of what the hash rates are for them. But yeah, I'll touch upon that in this video as well. Hi Joseph, hi Di, I'm doing good. Yeah, it was it's quite a big announcement for Safecoin. Funny, I wasn't really planning on going to it. I really hadn't had I didn't have my mindset on going to any conferences this year. I thought I'd maybe, you know, save up some money and I'll go next year. But then Jeff announced that they were attending and they had a booth. And, you know, I thought, well, I'll look into flights. And then as soon as I mentioned it to other people in the team, they said, no, you should definitely go. So, yeah, see how it goes. Hi, Krista. How have you guys been doing? Have you been following the world of cryptocurrency? Let me see. Get some... 8 viewers, hit the like, folks. Thanks, Di. Okay, right. Okay, visit old Reddit. As far as the conference goes, I need to have a think about how I'm actually going to record videos there. I touched upon this on my other YouTube channel. I need to have a think. At this point, I'm really tempted to do just lots of videos via my phone. It sounds crazy, it sounds stupid to do that when I do have a lot of, you know, more expensive cameras lying around, but I think my phone could actually be the best way to record most of my videos there. I'll need to have a think about what, you know, what to do. Saya coin hard fork to brick ASIC. Is that true, Bobby? I've not saw the announcement about that. I can do a search about that. See if I can find anything about it. Saya. Is Saya coin not a coin that they were developing their own ASIC? Hi Michael. Apologies for the delay in doing a live stream, guys. I know it's been a while since I've done some. I'll hopefully be able to do some more. Maybe one later on in the week. Okay, right. Thanks for the tip there, Bobby. So here it says summary of the upcoming Saya hard. In fact, that's 8 months ago. Is there a newer one than that? Is there another fork? That can't be right. That can't be the latest one. Alright, I'm using Tor browser. I'll put on Firefox so that I can hit the back button without it dying. Right. Go to Firefox. Right. Saya coin. See if I can... Right, okay, so there's a news story about it here. I'll check this one. See what they say about it, eh? Okay, bye-bye Bitmain. Siacoin hard fork to focus on homegrown mining rigs. The Siacoin development team have opted to reverse their initial decision to allow Bitmain and Silicon ASIC mining rigs to dominate the Sia blockchain. The hard fork to version 1.3.6 on October 31st will render these technologies incompatible with Sia mining, leaving the door open for Sia lead developer David Vorix on Obelisk miners. Yeah, that was the thing. I had read about Sia developing their own miners in the past, and that's why I wasn't sure what was happening with ASICs. But that makes sense. What, you know, they can't release their own dedicated miners without, you know, with there's other ASIC machines out there doing it themselves. You know, they couldn't really develop their own product. They have to fork. Hey, was that volatile brain? Hi there. Well, Joseph, I actually did a video about this a few months ago. There was a long article from the Siacoin developer. I did a video about it. I think the article might have been on Medium, and he talked about why they were developing their own project, and then they were talking about why it's so hard for other companies to kind of compete against Bitmain, and they talked about their whole structure and the way that they do business. At the time, though, the Siacoin miner was still being developed, but clearly they're at the end of that there, and they're looking to release it. Don't be surprised, though. It wouldn't surprise me if Bitmain and other mining companies come out later on and just release another mining product, another ASIC machine that can do Sia as well. Maybe they'll just release another one. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I can imagine... Is anyone here part of the Siacoin community? I can imagine some people within Siacoin would be pissed off at this. If you think about it, see you're in the Siacoin community and you're like, I don't support ASICs, I don't support ASICs. I'm like, well, we're going to allow ASICs to mine Siacoin. You're right, okay, right. I've accepted the fact that Siacoin is allowed on ASICs. Stuff it. If you can't beat them, join them. I'm going to buy an ASIC machine. I'm going to buy a Siacoin ASIC machine. And now it isn't allowed. You know, I'm not saying this has happened to a lot of people, but there must be some people within the Siacoin community who went out there and they bought their own ASIC machine to mine Siacoin, and you know, now they're going to have bricks. Hi Necrobus. I'll continue reading this article. Okay, at this point the community is split into two groups. One which... Alright, I've skipped ahead. The Siacoin community has been split on issues since the start of the year when a series of unfortunate events befell the Obelisk mining rig project. It's committed millions in development funds to purchase Obelisk mining rigs for the Siacoin blockchain. The release of the hardware was delayed. Right, so initially they were trying to release this at the end of 2017, but it was delayed. Controversy then ensued as the mining rigs failed to ship as a stop loss given the market domination of the Bitmain technology. Right. The idea arose to brick the Bitmain hardware and only allow Obelisk rigs to run the blockchain. At this point, the community split into two groups. One which demanded the Obelisk mining rigs they had already paid for and a subsequent hard fork to make them viable. Another which thought that despite the misfortune regarding the miners, the blockchain should ultimately remain open and decentralized, even if it means Bitmain rigs dominated the blockchain. This is something that we're seeing this time and time and time again. We're seeing whenever any kind of ASIC machine is released for a coin, it really does divide the community. It really does divide the community. There's always people who embrace ASIC machines. There's always people who hate them. And it always divides opinion, you know, whatever the team decide to do. There's 500 million in Pigeon buy orders versus 15 million Pigeon sell orders on CryptoBridge. Looks like they're trying to get those hacked Pigeon coin cheap that could be dumped soon on the exchange. What happened there, Michael, as far as the hacked? Was that the wallet hack? The wallet hack? That was the wallet hack, wasn't it? I remember reading there was a hack that affected wallets like Pigeon Coin and Raven Coin and a few others like the X16R and X16S wallets. Joseph, yeah, the Antminer A3 Sia ASIC has been bricked for months now. It hasn't been profitable for a good while. I'm leaning more towards ASIC mining now. I really like my Z9 Mini. What are you making just now, Joseph? Joseph, I don't know why I'm talking like an idiot today. What are you making just now with your Z9 Mini? I had a quick look at it. I know the difficulty actually spiked up quite a bit after, you know, at the start of September, middle of September. $7 per day. Obviously, you know, electricity costs are dependent. It's pulling in around $6.50, $7 per day. Right, so how much is that is profit with the electricity? I mean, I guess the electricity costs are relatively low for that, aren't they? Was it like 300 watts? Won't be too much. That's still pretty good. I mean, it's probably one of the, you know, the mistakes I made this year. Back in May, I thought about selling a lot of my GPUs and buying a few Z9 Minis, and it did seem like a big risk at the time. And I didn't take the risk. But in hindsight, if I bought the Z9 minis at that time, I would have made some really good money. I mean, I think I would have broke even after 2 months. How many Sia coins do you need for a Masternode? Does anyone know that? Volatile Brain, I was following your video on VTL coin. They managed the fork so smoothly. What's your opinion about it? I haven't followed the fork. I know this was something that they were talking about. I know that they're forking to a new algorithm that's got three different mining algorithms, all kind of efficient ones. I haven't followed the project the last few weeks. Now I've still got a couple of thousand vertical coin. I've still got a few of them on the 1DS shared Masternode, so I'm still invested in it. Not by a huge amount, but I still have some coins. But I don't know, like my last dealings with them, I've been trying to get them to do an interview. They approached me and says, like, let's do an interview, and I tried to get an interview arranged 3 or 4 times, and they've just not, they've just kind of not went forward with it. So I don't know. I think because the team is, spread about a few different places, but at the end of the day, there's only so much chasing I can do for a team as far as wanting to speak to them. But that's good that the fork did well. Joseph has made 30% return on investment already. Is that, you only bought in October though, Joseph, didn't you? Necrobus, 60 cent electricity per day. Right. Volatile Brain, no Masternode for Sia. What do you think about Ether 1? I think it's good. Again, I haven't been following it too much. I've got an Ether 1 node. It's the only node that I've got. So I've got an Ether 1 node, and I probably should check my progress with that at one point. I can't even remember what I've got. But yeah, I've got an Ether 1 node, so I do have a couple of coins for that as well. Not a huge amount. Like just over 5,000 or so. 5,600 or so I've got. Yeah, I mean, again, I've not been following the project. I need to sit down and review the projects that I invested in, but the thing is, the time we're in just now, it isn't really a time to get worried about the price of coins, because the price of all coins are down. So, it's hard to single out a particular project and say, oh, that price isn't high or this price is. So, yeah, I'll probably touch base with it again in a few weeks. So Joseph is made about 30% of his investment back within a month. At the current rates with my with my GPUs, I'm not going to get 30% return rate. Yeah, GPU mining is pretty hard right now in the UK because of electricity costs, and in Europe. Micro Bitcoin, I've not even read about that actually. Micro Bitcoin, right? I'll have a look at that. Micro Bitcoin. Okay, that's a lie, because when I typed it into my browser there, it actually came up with a website already, so I've clearly looked at it before. I can't remember checking it out though. I have obviously checked out in a live stream. With regards to the Siacon reversal though, I just want to read the end of this article. In January, the decision was made to go without a hard fork and allow the proliferation of ASICs to continue. Now, as of October the 1st, the decision is made to reverse that decision and kick Bitmain and its silicon manufactured miners off the blockchain. Obelisk rigs will now be used to maintain the hash rate as intended almost a year ago. So it's understandable why a lot of people were pissed off. Can you imagine spending, I don't know how much their miners have been sold at, but I think there are a few thousand, I think. Am I right there? If they were being sold for a lot of money and you paid for it and then you didn't actually get them sent till like a year later, you're going to piss off a lot of people. It's one of those things though, I think teams have got a lot of hard decisions to make sometimes where they have to do what's right for the coin, but they also know that when they do make a decision for the project, which is ultimately, what they're trying to do the best thing. But there's a lot of decisions that do alienate, all the supporters, all the people in the community that support your coin. So it can be a difficult balancing act. Joseph saying, looking at 3 months to fully ROI. Ether 1 per seat and a shared Masternode is 765. That's something I could maybe do. When I get to 5,765, I could take the coins out and I could, you know, put them into a seat and then start accumulating coins like that. I'm staying away from any Masternode coins. I would agree for the most part. I did, what was that website? I shared a website with you guys. It was a website that shared all these Masternode coins, and it showed you that the vast majority of those coins, they didn't have any purpose. They weren't actually used for anything other than to reward people coins. It's quite interesting though, because there's a huge amount of coins like that. I mean, I haven't really talked about Masternode coins a lot recently, but I did go through a spell where I talked about them all the time, and I realised I was talking about it too much. But my opinion remains the same. I'm not a fan of Masternode coins that are pre-sold. I'm not a fan of coins that launch with a Masternode on block 1. There's all, you know, because always at that point there's only a few people with Masternodes, and those people get, you know, too high and too many coins offered to them. I think that's unfair, and it's not a good way to distribute coins. There are good projects out there though. I mean, Zencash or Horizon now, I think that's always a good example. Dash and obviously Zcash is developing their own one as well. Here's a project. Check out how to make your own router out of pfSense router and LPC antivirus within the router. What's that? What's pfSense router? I've never heard of that. It's interesting though, Joseph. See, as far as is the Horizon Masternode, I'd like to get one, but at the same time, I realise that if I do want to get a Horizon, I could be as well just buying and selling, you know, at different price points. But I still would like to get a node and just sit it there, and that's my little nest egg of Horizon over the next few years, and just, you know, come back to it in a few years. Has Ether changed its payout reward yet? It's been going down, obviously, because the coin is getting more popular. You know, I'm getting rewarded under 9 coins now for the node, and you go back to what it was like before, and I think it was like 20 something coins. It was like 22 or something like that. So it's went down because it's got more popular. Now you have to be careful of that though, because you have to look at your hosting costs of running a node, running a Masternode, because you might not even make enough coins to cover that expense. So that's something I'll need to check out if the coins keep coming down. You know, that's going to happen with all coins, or all Masternode coins though. There's, you know, profits go down. That's what's happened with Horizon. Ether 1 seems promising, but at the end of the day, same sort of stuff. Until they don't have until they don't have some kind of use case to create demand, it will simply get dumped. Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I think the same criticism can be leveled at most coins. I would still put Ether 1, because they're only a month or so old. Well, I think they're only a month or so old. I would still put it as a speculative coin, because they are still developing things. But a couple of months down the line, you know, they'll maybe start releasing more things and releasing more products, and they'll start showing what the Masternodes are for, and then it becomes less speculative and more about features and functionality. But the main driver in the industry right now remains hype and news and drama. Is still pushing the price of coins. Ether changes in November. Yeah, so that's going from, is it 3 down to 2? Is that correct? Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, I've did an interview with one of the main developers from, or one of the, is he the marketing guy? I'm sorry if he's watching. I did an interview with someone from the Ethernode team, and you know, speaking to him was the reason I went for a node. I was really convinced by, you know, what they were trying to do. It really is. You know, see, if you look at a project though, the team is such a major factor to consider when you're looking at whether to buy a coin or not. It really is. I've been really put off with you know, by a lot of teams, simply by the fact that the team were a-holes or they were unprofessional. Now, granted, for about 4 or 5 months here, I was going through a spell of testing and mining many highly speculative coins, and I say highly speculative as in they were weeks or, you know, just a month or so old. And I went into the Discord of many coins, and it was amazing because once or twice I've asked like a legitimate question about something, and they said, stop posting FUD, stop posting FUD. And you're like, listen, there's no information on your website. This is a legitimate question. And with coins like that, I'm like, you know what, forget it. You know, I was actually, you know, if I'd liked the coin, I probably would have done a video on it, but forget it. You know, I don't support coins like that. And the team is a big thing, a huge thing. Abdul, hi Abdul. With the market so down and the electric so expensive in the UK, any suggestions on what coin is profitable to mine nowadays? Turned my rig off for about 2 weeks now. I've been mining Safecoin, and I'm basically just above breaking even, I believe. Just about. And that obviously can go into the red if the price goes down, but I'm basically operating it that I'm making like $1 a day, not even that now. There aren't many coins to mine. You know, in the UK, if you're paying UK prices, there aren't many coins to mine right now that are profitable. That's the reality of it. It's very annoying. I would have loved to have mined it. I'm not greedy. It's you know, it's not like I was looking to make hundreds of dollars per day with my mining rigs. I would have been happy if it was only making $10 or $20 per day. But when you're only making like 50 cents or a day or $1 per day, and you've got all these rigs to maintain, it's just not viable. It really isn't viable. And I rode that kind of wave, that, you know, sitting in the break-even point wave for about 3 months there. And yeah, I made the decision to sell a lot of my GPUs. So I've sold quite a lot actually. I'm down to about a third of what I had a few months ago, which is quite significant. My hash rate's dropped a little bit less than that, but a little bit, yeah, I'll be less than that. I've probably been down, I don't know what I've got now. I've probably got about 35-40% of the hash rate I did have before. Volatile Brain saying Ether name causing the hype. I do have a node of Ether, but let's just see and hope for good. I think it is though. You know, with a lot of these projects, you're basing it on the team, you're basing it on what's on the white paper and the roadmap. But I think you can't really have any confidence in a project that it's definitely going to do well until, you know, certain milestones have been reached as far as functions and functionality and different things. I don't know. It's one of those things, you know. A lot of people rave about certain projects, and then when you read about them, they don't look so good. But you don't know. You know, there's a lot of these coins that I don't even like that much, and then when you read about them in the news, you know, they're backed by $1 million companies, and you're like, this is bizarre. It's bizarre that some of these coins that you don't even like that much, and they've got a huge amount of backing. The pfSense is a free OS software. pfSense for PC. How to turn an old PC into an epic router. That's quite interesting. So the idea is, Jonathan, that you just have the old laptop switched on all the time, and that's used to filter attacks and malware and spyware and all that. Thanks, Di. Interestingly, one of the main guys of Ravencoin is speaking at that cryptocurrency conference that I'm at, so I'll maybe try and speak to him at one point. Old Dell Pentium 4. I've actually got some old. I'm gonna have to say this is the thing. See when you dismantle your mining rigs, you end up with a lot of things like this. Like I've got motherboards and that sitting there to sell. You end up with a lot of equipment like that, which they're borderline worthless. You know, a Pentium isn't really a fantastic PC to use, but if you could put that in a cheap rig and use it for something, or a media system or something, maybe it's not so bad. Justin said Bruce Fenting is speaking. I don't know actually. I don't know. I'll need to check that. Network, media system, and security camera. Yeah. It's not something I need right now. It's not something I don't really need a media system right now. I kept thinking about that because obviously I've I had a motherboard, I've got power supplies and all that, and I'm like, I could build a half decent PC. I just have to buy the CPU, but then you're just using all your old mining equipment and building a PC for the sake of it, and then you're spending money to save money. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing just now. Like, see that the fact this isn't loading is bizarrely, for whatever reason, this PC can't access Twitter. So any page that's got Twitter there and it's got the widget there, it stops, and you've got this, performing a TLS handshake. So I can't actually show you this page because it's got Twitter on it, because of these tweets down the bottom. Very, very annoying. I still don't know what is causing that. It's something to do with the IP range, or I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. I was trying to look at that speaker list for you guys to see if he's speaking at it. I'm not sure if he is. I'm not sure. It's gonna be a fun event anyway. Network storage. That is something that I could use. Well, I don't know if I need to use it. I've been thinking, like, I keep all my old YouTube videos, so all the original files and that, so that in certain situations I can look back at the video and I can get the original video file and I can use it in another video. But I don't know whether I'm at the point where just to delete them, because I don't actually use them that much. But if I could get a cheap NAS drive or something like that, I could probably have cloud storage or something, or just local storage, and just store all those video files. But the reality is I don't actually use them that much. Justin's put his rigs back on to heat the house. That's, by the way, that is one of the things I have noticed recently. This room is so much colder now that I don't have all my GPUs spinning. It is so much colder. I might actually have to use my heating at one point. I might actually have to turn my heating on at one point. Can you believe it? Right, so... Has anyone found, like, I need to do a dedicated video about this. I want to talk about this in a dedicated video once I've done a little bit more research. But has anyone found any more information about the hash rates of the 2080 and the 2080 Ti? Now, I've seen the Ethereum hash rates, and I've seen some other people saying that if you do this, you can get a little bit more. But I haven't seen anyone talking about, like a breakdown of, is very good at this algorithm, this one maybe not so much. I'd love to see a long breakdown of what the hash rates are like compared to the 10 series. Bobby is an old IBM computer he bought for 20 and he used it for 3 GPU rig. See old schools and you like old offices and things like that. See the amount of things they throw out that you could use. I think, Joseph, I think the 2080 is marginally better than the 1080 Ti. And you can see that here. This one says, well, this one here, this is actually a crop of an article I shared in a video a week or so ago. But you can see the RTX is at 2080 there. RTX 2080 is at 35.5 and the 1080 Ti is at 32.2. Now, of course, when you use the ETH pool, that will be higher than the 2080 Ti. But it's a rough guide that the 2080 is going to be like 3 or 4 higher. Jonathan, are you talking about a router from a security point of view or from performance or what? A 2080 has less RAM than a 1080 Ti. Yeah, I think, what's it got? Is it 8 GB of RAM and not 11? Is that right? Will the ETH pool be released though? 8 gig versus 11. Yeah, I thought that was. Will another ETH pool be released for the 20 series though? Is that something that they will release? Bobby says the 2080 is too much money for the hash rates I see. Until it is a pool, it is a waste. I've watched Brandon Coin show its hash rates, but I've not been impressed. Yeah, I mean, I think most of the features seem to be from a gaming point of view. The problem is, I mean, we really should be comparing a 1080 Ti to a 2080 Ti, but the price of the 2080 Ti is insane. It's it's freaking insane. It's so much money. It really is so much money. And yes, it is it's the best card on the market just now. But unless you're a game streamer or something like that, I'm not sure most people will actually need that. They announced the ETH pool for GDDR6 memory, but I think it's only going to work in the SQRL miner. See, with regards to that, Joseph, I think it was a tweet by, oh my god, it's a girl. I think I saw a tweet where she seemed quite pissed off, and I think she was this was maybe a month or so ago, so I'd struggled to even find the tweet, but I think it was about the fact she was quite pissed off at the fact that they'd released something to the crypto community, something that everyone was using, something very useful, and she didn't really get too much thanks for it, and people were, complaining as well. And she was saying, what's the point of us releasing it again? I'm kind of paraphrasing what she said, but at the time she was hinting towards the fact that she might not release it, to the world, and might be exclusive to their own products, which, it's their decision. They've designed it. It's up to them. Devon says Brandon has no idea what he's doing, to be fair. He doesn't even know how to use Afterburner to overclock. What does he use to overclock then? If he's not using Afterburner? Is he using, what's the one from ASIC? Is it GPU Tweak? I downloaded, do any of you guys use Nvidia Inspector? I used Nvidia Inspector, installed it, but it seemed quite basic, but I haven't really used it from a mining point of view. I downloaded it, but I've not tracked hash rates and things like that. And it's one of those things. I realize that my channel has kind of changed its focus because of the GPU mining situation in the UK. Because what I would have done before was download Nvidia Inspector, compare it to MSI Afterburner, and then see what the hash rate is like. And yes, I can still do this from a video point of view. If I want to produce a video like that, I can. But what I'm trying to say is, before I would have been doing that for myself and saying, hey, look, I'm getting 50 mega hashes per second with MSI Afterburner, but with Nvidia Inspector, I'm getting 52. And it's kind of annoying because I know that my focus and what I'm reading and all that changes when I've not got as many GPUs. He later corrected the settings. I've seen one or two videos. I mean, I don't watch enough of Brandon's videos to comment on what he knows and what he doesn't know. But as what it is, I wouldn't. I think a lot of people are quite quick to criticize someone when they don't know something. I think if you don't know something, you don't know something. I'll happily admit I don't know something, and then hopefully I'll go out and learn it. But I know what you're saying. If you've got more confidence in someone if they're showing knowledge in a particular subject. Sorry about that. I'm hitting the microphone there. C-Test by Seth Estrada for the RTX. Yeah, I'll need to check out some of them. I was hoping to find an article to talk about it with you guys. Let me see. Right, here's one with Ravencoin. Let's see what it says here. There's another one on the same day. Let's see what we get here. Are these good articles? Right, that's a video. Right, that's just someone spamming Reddit. Right. That's another video. I hate people do that. Ah, here, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Right, okay. So, I'll post a link to this. I have never seen this article before in my life. I don't know how accurate it is, but if you want to follow what I'm looking at, if you want to follow what I'm looking at, there's a link to it. Sorry, I was getting my attention taken away with some of the comments here. Bobby says, Brandycoin has helped me figure out how to mine other coins. He would put a line of code set up to various miners. Brandon's channel is a hangout channel. There's no actual mining info there. Not trying to mean or anything. But if you don't know something, you shouldn't be making how-to YouTube videos. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to sit on the fence here. I'm certainly not looking to criticise anyone either. But I know myself that if I do a 30-minute tutorial and I forget one thing out of 100 things that I got right, everyone starts saying, oh, you didn't even know that. You didn't even know that. That specification was wrong. I've had it all the time on my other channel as well. People are brutal. So I like to give people a little bit of leeway. So it sounds like you're saying he cleared the settings and he didn't know how to resolve it. He probably does now though, so... Bobby, commercial miners I believe paid for the Ethereum pool for 1050 Ti and above have not released it to the public. Oh, I didn't know that. Right, I'll jump over to this page. I want to show you this. This is the kind of page I've been looking at. This is what I've got so far. I hope these numbers help you. Let me know if you want to see, if you want me to test anything else. Right, so this is the RTX 2080. Fair play to this guy. He's actually went through quite a lot of it. That's really helpful because he's went through and he's put like the core clock and the memory clock and all that as well. Down the bottom here, he's got 168 watts, 150 core, plus 650 memory, power limit 75, 39.8, 40.5. It got all the way up to 42.3. Now, looking at that, I know when I set up my miners for Ethereum, I was putting my... Let me see. No, that's actually... No, right. I was putting my core clock at 75 for my 1080 Ti's and the memory clock was up at 700. Right, okay. That's quite good, actually. So I'm trying to see what they've got there. X16R, 30 mega hashes. What else? Lyra 2Z, 5 mega hashes. I'm saying mega hash. Is that mega hash per second? That's mega hash per second. See, I'm saying mega hashes because he's forgot the diagonal, the forward slash. Okay, so he's got 42.3 for Ethereum. Equihash 1445. He's got 74. Right. That's plus one. Right, okay, I'm going to check my settings for that. Right, okay. So see this, for example. See this one. I don't know. Because I'm mining Safecoin just now, I know that if you were mining Equihash 1445, I would say that you'd be better to put the memory clock down at minus 502 because you're going to burn a few extra watts and you're not going to get much more mega hashes. So I don't know. I could probably get close to that, I think, with my 1080 Ti. Maybe a little bit less. And probably around the same power draw, but across the board, the 2080 is probably slightly better. Slightly. But not for Ethereum, obviously. Anyone have a 2080 to give me? Me first. I've been thinking about that as well. If I could sell the 1080 Ti in my main PC, I would maybe buy a 2080 or 2080 Ti. But at the same time, at the current electricity, price point and the low mining profits in the UK, I don't even know if I want to keep my main PC running all the time like I used to, because when you factor in all the other things, the motherboard and all that, the electricity costs go up a little bit more. The mining profits still aren't high. So yeah, I don't think. I'm trying to crunch the numbers. I'm trying to justify me buying a 2080 Ti, but I think in a few months' time, maybe we'll see some bargains. Maybe we'll see some second-hand bargains. See, because of the high cost of a 2080 Ti, I reckon that second-hand, maybe it will go down to like 850 or something like that. I don't know. Hi, Jim. Yeah, I need money for 2080. 2080 definitely seems like the most popular one. The 2070 is out about 2 weeks now. It's 17th of October. So the 2070 is out in 2 weeks' time. Let's have a comparison. Let's see if I can get a table. I want a table. I want a... Right, okay, here we go, here we go. So this is a comparison between, you know, just specs-wise between the 2070, 2080 and 2080 Ti. I mean, these tables always have a lot of information that isn't too relevant. The ones I always look at are the CUDA cores and the memory. They've all got GDDR. No, in fact, I assume that's GDDR X6, isn't it? So that seems to have the same amount. Compute 7.5 teraflops, 10.1, 13.4. So annoying they didn't put in like a 1080 Ti to compare as well. So it's going to be $600 for the Founders Edition for the 2070. One of the things that a lot of people want to point out though is that the 1080 Ti has actually got more CUDA cores than a 2080. I think the CUDA cores is like 3400, 3500 for a 1080 Ti. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's around that. You're going to try mining Grin? I've never heard of Grin. I've not really been paying attention to any new coins, if I'm honest. I need to, you know, I'll maybe do a live stream with that. I'll maybe do a live stream where I look at new coins. What's Grin coin, Jim? Can you tell us more about it? Grin coin. Is there any place where a lot of people are still snapping up GPUs though? That's something it'd be good to... I'll maybe try and look into that. I'd really like to speak to someone who had a GPU farm or still has a GPU farm. I'd love to speak to someone who's got like a really massive setup and talk about, well, basically, you know, how the current climate is affecting them. What do you guys think though? Do you think, will mining become more of a commercial thing long term? Will we see, you know, the bigger organizations just pricing us out? What I'd like to see is, you know, like we were talking about Sirecoin earlier. What I'd like to see is more coins doing something like that where they control the miner and they'd release a dedicated miner for their own blockchain, for their own project. It's not very common though, and it's not going to be common because, you know, that article said that they've spent millions, they've invested millions in developing their own miner, and even if they do develop their own miner, someone in Bitcoin is going to buy a Sirecoin miner and then, you know, just rip out the internals, see how they've made it, and they're going to release their own version, one that, you know, isn't bricked. I don't know. Okay. I find that see the ASIC miner value website. I think that's quite interesting because when I put in my electricity costs and then I sort by date, right? So look at these ones: September. all of these machines, many of which cost thousands and thousands and thousands, they're already unprofitable. There's one that isn't even released until December, and it still isn't going to make money if you buy it in the UK. Now, what that means is the margins are getting thinner, and people in countries with very low electricity costs are going to be able to make money. But certainly that wasn't the case before. 4 to 5 months ago, that was unheard of. This miner isn't even out for 2 months, and yet it would lose me money, and it's probably going to cost a lot of money as well. Hardly something to fill you with confidence right now, but that is the situation we're in. My RX 570 will hit 27 no BIOS mods. My RX 580 only 22 no mods. I quit buying, just maintaining what I got. I like metal detecting also, and I have 3,000 in equipment. This is a losing money hobby for me. I think it is for a lot of people as well right now. Well, I'd probably disagree with that, Joseph. Right now, I think I don't know. In fact, I don't know if I'm disagreeing with you actually. Let me think this out. Joseph is saying here, I'd rather buy an ASIC than a 2080, something like a Z9 Mini. Now, this is something that's come up before. Ideally, you like to think a 2080 is going to be able, it's going to have a lot of resale value for at least 2 years, I would say. At least 2 years, maybe even 3 years. But you get a 3-year warranty in a lot of these cards, so 3 years, yeah, let's say 3 years. Say you'd rather buy a 2080, rather buy an ASIC. I think in the current climate, I definitely think an ASIC from a mining point of view is the better buy. The problem with an ASIC though is, if you look at the, we can find, where's the Z9 Mini? Right, so now this is saying, the Z9 Mini is saying here $2.74 per day in the UK. Now that means that the break-even point for someone in the UK is very, very, very far in the future. Now this is going down as well. Now of course this isn't overclocked, this is 10,000. So you'd have to stick, like 40-50% onto that. So maybe it would be, maybe it'd be like $4. But even at $4 per day profit, if you're going to invest $1,000, it's going to be the best part of a year to break even. But the problem is that the difficulty is going up, the profits are going down, and yes, a Z9 Mini is more profitable than a 2080 right now, but a 2080 has still got resale value. That's the big thing about the GPU, and you can use it as a gaming device for your PC for video editing and all that. I can see where you're coming from, Joseph, but personally right now, someone buying from the UK and knowing that the high electricity costs and the import tax to get a Z9 Mini into the UK, I would probably lean more towards a 2080. But in saying that, I wouldn't buy a 2080 specifically for mining, so maybe this is a really bad discussion on my part. A Z9 makes about 5 times more at the moment. I do agree with that, all good. I'm just looking at, daily profits. If you're investing, like, say, $1,000 after customs and all that, you're talking, what's that, 250 days? So you're going to be 250 days, to break even. But that is assuming that these profits, and you're overclocking it to $4 per day, those profits are going to stay the same. But that simply isn't the case. This has been, you can look on the graph, this has been on free fall from a profit, all ASICs do. But this has been in free fall for a while now, and this will continue going down. And it could go down from, $4 to $3 to $2 to $1. But it is worth noting, Joseph is, I think you're based in, Joseph, you're based in the USA, aren't you? So it's it is a completely different situation for you. Right now, I think just because I've got a cautious approach to mining right now, I've got a very cautious approach to mining right now because the profits aren't there. So I'd be more inclined to buy a GPU, which I could then cut some losses later on if it came to it. But I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy a 2080 specifically for mining. I would buy it for another purpose. Basically, if you buy a 2080 now for mining, it will never pay for itself at the current prices. Yeah, but that's also true of the ASIC. That's also true of the ASIC, and it doesn't have any resale value. This is what I'm trying to say. You know, like 1 month ago, you can see where it's now saying $3 per day profit or whatever. 1 month ago, it was at $8, nearly $9 profit per day. Now, forgetting the overclocking because it's not tracking that. But that is giving you about a quarter, maybe a third, a quarter of what it was 1 month ago. And it's not unreasonable to assume that in another month, it's not going to be like $2.50, $3, $4. It's going to be $1, $2. So all of a sudden, your break-even point is like 2 years. And you don't have any resale value. Granted, it's going to make you more money from a mining perspective than a 2080 right now. But it's not too difficult to envision a situation where we enter a bull run and a 2080 could make more money than a Z9 Mini. That could definitely happen. That could definitely happen because there's still a lot of these Z9 Minis out there. Yes, the prices of these Equihash coins will go up, but a 2080 could mine a lot of different coins. You know, a GPU, you know, is versatile. It's an interesting discussion point, though, you know, because I can understand people would disagree with me if they're looking to mine. The smart money is definitely in the ASICs right now from a mining point of view, but the whole market isn't great, to be honest. Even it's not a great time for ASIC mining either. Z9 Mini is only on $3.67. Don't buy Z9 Mini. Buying GPU makes sense if you have sub 12 cents per kilowatt hour. Pay around 9 cents. Yeah, I'm about 18, 19. It just doesn't make sense. Yes, correct. So mining at these prices is not possible in any equipment. Yeah, kind of, yeah. But because none of them are really that profitable, the thing is, I think that the profits of a 2080 are probably going to stay the same over the next month or so. But I think the profits for a Z9 Mini will continue to go down because more people are still buying them. So unless we see the prices of, you know, Zcash and Horizon and all these other coins shooting up by a huge amount, I don't think that the Z9 Mini would be a smart buy. I don't think so. 2 months ago, I think it could have been a good buy. At the start, it was definitely a great buy, but I think now the break-even point is too risky. But, you know, all these things are all based on the current climate and the current situation. It's very different, you know, when prices go up. Bobby is mining Ethereum and he's swapping it for Ether 1. Wouldn't two RX 570 4GB do the same as an RTX 280 2 times 30 hash 60 megahash per second? Yes, it would. I mean, I'd have to verify those hash rates for AMD, but I'm assuming you're 100% correct on those hash rates. Yeah. You could pick up a lot of older GPUs. It's the same like you pick up an older 2060 or 2070 and buy two of those instead of buying one 2080 or something. There's a lot of different options available. Jim's saying ASICs are going to be very expensive for next generation. Bitmain are selling theirs at a loss. Aren't Bitmain mainly mining with theirs though for a while before they even sell them? I'll sell you my GPUs, Joseph. Because we're not doing it here in the UK. I think that the Vega is the best way to go. I'm running 1450 hash per second on Kryptonite Heavy at 130 watts. That sounds quite good, Zach. And it's been a while since I've looked at Kryptonite. Now, it's been a long time since I've checked what to mine. I say a long time, like 3 weeks or so. I'm going to put in what I've got left in my rigs. I've not got much, if I'm honest. I'm going to put in and see what they say is profitable for me. And I can make 26 cents per day with NiceHash, 17 cents with Ethereum Classic, 13 cents with Ethereum, and then everything else is a loss. That's, yeah. That's not good. It's going to be interesting though, you know, if this continues, if this kind of slump continues, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with a lot of projects. I do think we're going to see a lot of projects fall to the wayside, or at the very least they're going to have to change things up. I don't know, maybe we'll see some proof of work coins going to proof of stake or proof of work in masternodes. I don't know. eBang 11 plus plus. Is that an ASIC miner, Jim? Oh, Zach is only at you're only paying 5 cents per kilowatt hour. Bobby's paying 12. Avernus, is it worth buying cheap used 1070 Ti's and 1080 Ti's? Yes. I would, well, if you have free electricity, yes, but of course you still have to pay off the hardware cost. So depending on what you pay for those cards, yeah, but I would say yes, if you're getting free electricity, if you can pick up some used GPUs, you can, you know, electricity right now is the biggest biggest expense for GPU miners. Fred saying there needs to be a massive clear out of the altcoins. I would support that as well. There's a lot of really crap coins. I also think though, as a whole, the cryptocurrency world and the cryptocurrency community, cheesy if you call it that, but I do think a lot of people need to get a little bit smarter with the projects that they're investing in. I've seen too many people invest in really bad projects. One of the things I really like this week, see with the announcement with Coinbase. Coinbase are saying that they're going to accept new coins, but they've got a list of parameters that people have to, you know, they have to meet certain guidelines. And one of them is that they're not anonymous. And for me, that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, personally. There's too many of these anonymous coins scamming people of money, and they're creating projects and then they're dumping them later on. Yeah, I think that's a good step. But you could be right, Joseph. I've seen a few people saying that October, November could be, you know, it could be a bull, maybe not a major bull run, but it could be we could see a major jump in price. Thomas saying, sir, I have $5,000. Will I buy a BTC miner or BB? What? I'm not sure what you're asking there. I would say, you know, I think for most people, if you want Bitcoin, would just be to buy Bitcoin rather than buy a Bitcoin miner. But obviously, I don't know what your situation is and where you are. We could enter a bull run or a more prolonged bear market for a number of months. Yeah. How do people get free electricity? Don't know. Live with parents? Live next to a factory? I don't know. Steal it? See what's happening with bricks and mortar, Dubai. What are you talking about, the investment there, as far as building goes? Or is this referencing something else? Wardo gets free electricity during the day. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, there's a few CPU mineable coins. CPU mineable coins never seem to do well though. It's, you know, in theory, they should be more popular. Regulation, license for coins, teams and companies, proof of worth. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Jonathan. We're going to see that. We are seeing, starting to see that more often. This kind of stuff filters down, you know, because Coinbase are saying, well, if you want to be listed with us, you need to have, you know, ABC. And maybe we'll start seeing other exchanges doing the same. You know, we won't just list any coin. If you want to be listed, you have to meet these requirements. Now, there's always going to be cryptocurrency exchanges and smaller exchanges that will accept any coin because they want to make money through the listing fee. But I think it'll be very good if a lot of the top exchanges start being a little bit stricter with, you know, the standard of the coins and stuff that they've accepted. You know, I've seen a lot of exchanges where they've accepted this really, you know, these crappy tokens and Ethereum tokens and all that, and they've accepted them over other coins. if you're, you know, there's some questions here that seem like they're quite, hold on now. Which is best one, buying Bitcoin or buying Bitcoin miner? If you have free electricity, maybe you could argue that you should buy a Bitcoin miner, but I would say right now, just buy the Bitcoin. Save yourself a lot of problems. I think the Coinbase announcement is very good. Should clean up the altcoin space a lot. It says a lot. Sorry, it lays out a list of criteria to make projects better or to encourage better practices in teams. Yeah, I think this is good as well. I think it's good. And, you know, this may affect other cryptocurrency exchanges. We might see other cryptocurrency exchanges change the way that they list, you know, certain coins. Maybe we'll see Binance charge less money. Maybe we'll see them, you know, change their listing policy as well. If a team is looking at Coinbase and then they're looking at Binance, they're like, okay, which one do we want to get listed on first? They're going to go for Coinbase, I would say, because it's free, and Binance charge. You know, what was it they came out? They were charging. It was like more than 20 Bitcoin. It was some crazy. It was like a couple of $100,000. What, you know? There's a few people here asking. You know, they're kind of new to the field, and we're talking a lot about bull runs. I think most people here are fairly confident of the fact that we will enter a bull run at one point. The question is, how big will that bull run be, and when will it happen? But I don't think there's any mistake that it will happen at one point. If you look at all the news about cryptocurrency over the last couple of months, it's all pointing towards it being a very bullish future with cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is going to be adopted. It's been adopted by major institutions. We're seeing a huge amount of investment from a lot of large companies. In fact, you know, the conference that I'm going to at the end of the month, the EA Sports, the co-founder of EA Sports is going. So you're going to see all these guys from other big industries coming over to learn more about cryptocurrency. So I definitely think that we will enter a bull run. But be prepared to wait, guys. Be prepared to wait. Be prepared to wait. Maybe we won't enter any kind of pump until January or March or maybe July next year. We don't know. But I think... see, this is the thing I hate about technical analysis, because I realise that the only way to really look at the future is to look at what's happened in the past, and you know, you can look at the graph going up and down. But at the same time, when you start making decisions off that, I think you're very liable to lose money, because cryptocurrency is crazy, and there's so many different things influencing the price, news and events and regulation and all that. I don't know. I think it's too early. You know, I've seen a lot of these articles recently saying we're definitely getting a bull run because of A, B, C, D, E, you know, and they list all the reasons why we're definitely entering a bull run. And they show you a graph from a few years ago saying this happened in 2012, this happened in 2015 and all that. And they show you the graph. But there's absolutely no guarantee it's going to happen again. And maybe we'll see the market going down and down and down before it pumps up. But I think most people who are watching right now, and most people who are, you know, who watch my channel are aware of that. They know that this is what it's all about, and they're ready to, you know, they're willing to wait and basically just bide their time until we do enter a bull run. Joseph, block reward happening in 2020 could prompt a big price increase or global economic crisis. I definitely think it should see Bitcoin rise in price, because, you know, it's going to be twice the price to mine a coin. You know, the block reward going down. But could it cause a crash? I don't know. Have I used Bittylicious for trading? No, never heard of it. $300 for EVGA 1080. Is it a good deal? That sounds like a good deal. You said dollars, so assume you're in the USA. I mean, what do you think, guys? I think for an EVGA 1080, that's good. You know, the card might be a year or so old, but EVGA allow you to transfer the warranty to someone else, so there's no problems there. But we don't know the card, we don't know the condition, we don't know, you know, what it's running like. It does sound like a good deal if it's been listed on eBay or something. It does sound like a very good deal. especially when you think that the price of a 2080 is like, what, $800 in the USA? Alrighty, sorry, I got mixed up there. I thought you were saying, yeah, I thought you were saying that the block reward would cause a crisis. Yeah, I've actually saw some people saying that. That when, well, in fact, we've seen that happen already. If you look at what's been happening in the Middle East and a lot of other countries, Venezuela, people start taking their savings out and they start to put it into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because they think long term we can't trust the currency of our own country. Put it into cryptocurrency for long term investment. What was that? Where was it? Was it Iran where Bitcoin was trading for $20,000? Is that right? Was it Iran? There was one of them, and I'm talking weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. It was a few weeks ago, I'm sure, or a month ago, where people were buying Bitcoin for like $20,000 within Iran because they were trying to convert the local currency for Bitcoin. Yeah, it was Iran. Yeah, I remember reading something about it. Alright, so Bitalicious is a UK company, you can buy fiat. Is there any reason to use that over Revolut or Coinbase or anything like that? Is it better? Ah, so you've not used it. It's trading direct with others without going through an exchange. Ah, right, so it's peer-to-peer. Coinbase now allow debit cards to buy Bitcoin. That's interesting. Yeah, I saw it the last time. I actually logged into Coinbase because I reset 2FA for it. And I saw the announcement in my account talking about that. I saw someone else talking about that Stellar X exchange. I agree with what you were saying, Joseph, and a few others were saying about it's quite worrying that they haven't really detailed how they're going to make money. See what happens. Yeah, see as far as that cryptocurrency exchange, I need to have a think about the equipment that I'm going to take. I kind of touched upon this on my other YouTube channel the other day because I was talking about my phone and a few other things. I'm highly tempted to do lots of videos at this conference. So this conference is over 3 days. I'm going to be meeting a lot of people, and ideally what I'd like to do is talk to a lot of people and get videos about it online. And this is where it makes more sense to just record with my phone, despite the fact the videos aren't going to be great quality. But what do you guys think about that? Would you prefer, you know, like a really well-produced, edited video about the event, or would you prefer lots of interviews and, you know, lots of live streaming at the event? The reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to be buying a new camera soon. I'll probably order it soon, and I can take it with me. It's going to be a much better camera, much better performance and all that. But when you're at the event, you record those videos, you can't actually upload them. I'll have to wait at night time when I'll probably be meeting people, and then I'd have to go and edit the videos and then, you know, try and upload them and all that. It just makes more sense to just do it at the event. I can record videos, I can upload them directly from my phone and then just walk around with that. I'm very close to leaning that direction and, you know, and just going with it and just doing it that way. See what happens though. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good, and I'll try to meet a lot of you guys that watch my channel, and, you know, anyone else that's important in the industry. I'll try and get some videos. Anyway, I'm going off topic here. Joseph, right, so Joseph, I brought up Stellar X there. Joseph is saying, yeah, the exchange seems a bit odd. I would want more details before using it. I don't think, I mean, I don't get the impression it's a scam. I get the impression that they're not telling us the full story. You know, maybe a year down the line, they'll introduce fees once they're popular, or they'll do something else. I don't know. I think they've obviously got money behind them to develop that exchange, but long term, they'll have to make money somehow. They'll have to. And whether that means introducing fees later or advertising or listing fees, I don't know. I'd just rather we're a little bit more transparent. So with regards... Oh, Coinbase are in San Francisco. Oh, I didn't know that. Buying Bitcoin with bank card not work in some countries. Well, in that situation, this is where a Bitcoin miner would make more sense. Quantity over quality for the event. Yeah, guys, that's where I'm kind of leaning towards. The thing is, I've been to a few conferences before, and, you know, I don't know if you can see it. See, like, my... Come on here, come off. Now, obviously, I can walk around with a big camera like that, right? And I can put my... Where's my microphone? Oh, my microphone's downstairs. I can put a microphone on top here. And I can walk around. I can take lots of footage. And it's going to look a lot better than my phone. A lot better. Like, stabilization will be better. You know, just everything will be better. It'll look a lot better. Now, this has actually got the same sensor. So, the same camera sensors on this little small camera. Actually, video quality is very similar between these two. You wouldn't believe that. But the video quality is very similar. And I can walk around with this camera. But this doesn't have... You won't believe it. This doesn't have an external microphone input. So my phone, I can put in an external microphone and connect it to the headphone jack. So I can get better audio with this than I can with this. But the main thing really, as I said, the main thing is with my phone is I can record, I can quickly edit the video, just, you know, check the start point and end point and just upload it directly from the event. I can maybe do about 5 videos per day or 6 videos per day at the event using my phone. And I can set it up so that the audio quality is quite good and all that. With this, I could record a ton of footage, but what it means is I'm going to have to, ideally you'd want to upload them that day, but realistically, I would come back with like 2 weeks worth of videos to edit and upload, and at that point, weeks after the event, you'd probably be bored of watching it all. So, yeah, I'm leaning towards my phone at this point. I do think it does make more sense. Just from a practicality point of view as well, this one's quite good. I can charge from a power bank, but the other one I'm looking at, it can't be charged with a power bank, so you're limited to the batteries that you've got, and then when your batteries run out, you're going to have to charge them again. A phone and a power bank and a decent microphone could be the way to go. It is the way I'm leaning, guys. It is the way I'm leaning. I appreciate the feedback, guys, because I was trying to look at all my different options to see what would be the best way to do it, but I really can't see any option better than just using my phone. Because at the end of the day, I want to do some live streams. I can even just walk about the live event with my phone and just chat to people. That'd be good. That'd be fun. Why is Infinix Coin Exchange not listed on Cryptocurrency Market Cap? A lot of exchanges aren't listed on Coin Market Cap. They've got a certain requirement. I just know this from... I've actually spoke to them about this, and they've spoke to members of the SafeCoin team about Safe Trade. They're looking for a certain amount of volume, and they're also looking for a coin to be listed on a certain number of exchanges and all that as well. And the actual exchange has to meet certain criteria as far as daily volume and all these other things as well. So for a particular coin, they want the coin to be listed on multiple exchanges, but they also want the actual exchange to have a certain amount of volume. There could be another reason. Maybe they just haven't applied again. I don't know. The ETF, yeah, the ETF decision was supposed to be like last month as well, wasn't it? And then it got delayed. Buying in slowly at these cheap prices, yeah. It's funny though. It's funny because I do think cryptocurrency is quite funny, because when the market is up and all the prices are crazy, everyone complains about the high price of coins, and they complain about the fact that they weren't there when the price of coins were low. When the price of coins are low, everyone complains, and they complain about the fact that the market, the market's down and the prices are low. But really, you should look at it that this is the time to buy or mine, and later in a bull run is the time to sell. And, you sell some of it and then keep money there so when the market goes down. But I saw that at the start of the year. People were complaining at the fact that they couldn't buy in at a particular price point. And now when we're at these lower price points, a lot of those people who were complaining aren't buying back in. Funny. It is what it is though, isn't it? It's always going to be that way. Basically, people want to get in the ground floor of a new coin and stay there and then make like $1 million. That's what everyone is hoping for. But realistically, it ain't going to happen. Not, within a 12-month basis unless you're very, very lucky. My friend was just sending me a message there. Said he said something to CEX and mint conditioned, well packaged, and they've sent it back saying, no, it's broken, and we're sending it back. Definitely suspicious there. Thomas is now asking, what's the future of ETN, which I think that's Electronium, isn't it? Are you not... What are you doing with your money, Thomas? Are you buying Electronium or are you buying Bitcoin? Please suggest a good Android Bitcoin miner app. None exist, and if any do exist, don't use it. Don't use... You can't mine with an app. You can't mine, Bitcoin with an app. Thomas, let us know, how long have you been involved in cryptocurrency? How long have you been looking into it? Give us a little bit more information about how much you know and how long you've been in. Yeah, Jonathan, I've did that with everything I've sent to CEX. I take a picture of the serial number. It's my friend actually. I've not actually had any problems yet with CEX in that regard. But my friend said that he sent it. He knows it was mint condition and he knows it was packaged well. So he thinks something is up. But it wouldn't surprise me if someone, CEX just dropped it and they thought, we'll send it back. I don't know. He seems a bit pissed off about it anyway. Rightfully so. I just came across this Reddit post. Look at this. I invested more than I can afford. I have no fear anymore. Started with VeChain. It kept dropping and I kept buying other coins along the way. Now traditional stocks, Yami, Sony, weed stocks, you name it. Either I get rich or I die trying. Not giving a shit anymore. I have no fear of losing it all. That's a very bullish approach to investment. That sounds like gambling at that point, I would say. Unless he's only investing money that he can afford to lose. Yeah, that is dangerous. They will lose some money. The problem with that kind of mentality, I think, is you hold the belief that a coin is going to do well, and then you keep holding and you keep buying it, despite all the evidence pointing to the fact that the coin is going down. It's maybe going to be abandoned. I don't know. Do you know if AMD will be releasing new cards soon? Do you think that the Vega 56 at £390 is a good price at the moment? I don't know the price about AMD cards, Monbuck or Mambuck. I'm not sure about those in the UK. I remember seeing... See if I can say... I actually saw one in CEX. I saw they had a couple of AMD cards. See if I can see that. Now, what I would say is, and I know we were just talking about CEX, and they can be a little bit crappy if you buy from them, and you know sometimes they'll say it's broken or whatever, but you can see they're actually selling AMD Vega 56s for £350, and it looks like they've got Vega 64s for £360, and they offer a 2-year guarantee. So I don't know, maybe at £390 you're paying a little bit more, but I don't know which card you're referring to. Maybe it's a different card, a different variation of the card. Sorry, that was for the Asus ROG. Ah, right, okay. I don't know. I haven't been following AMD cards as far as price goes. Jonathan is saying someone lost £270,000. That's insane. I don't think Bitcoin will go to zero. There's too many people invested in it. There really is. I don't think it will go to zero. Right, guys, I'm going to tie up the stream in about 5 minutes or so. I'll try and do another stream this week, though. I probably should do a stream where I look at coins. Where I look at some new coins. I probably should, anyway. Yeah, I'll need to look at... Because obviously there's still a lot of new coins being announced. Are any of you guys... I don't know if any of you guys watching are going to that conference, but if you are, please do let me know. It'd be good to meet some of you guys that watch the stream. It'd be good to watch to meet some of you. I know it's not an event that everyone will be going to, though, and it's understandable. You know, if you've got, I'm kind of looking at all of this as a holiday as well. So it's a holiday. I'm going to meet the Safecoin team. I'm going to connect with a lot of people, so I can justify that. Yes, I'm still mining Safecoin at the moment. But my hash rate is going down and down as I sell cards. So I'll still be another month or so selling cards, I reckon. But I could no longer be a GPU miner in a month or so, maybe. And I'm still bullish on crypto, of course, but numbers just don't add up right now. But yeah, I'm going to be at this event, guys. It's going to be fun. So I'll try and organise and meet up with some people at the time and do as much streaming and videos as I can. But if any of you guys are thinking about going, let me know. Send me a message on Twitter and I'll be sure to meet up with you guys and we can have a chat. Be good to meet in person. That's one of the things actually, you know, we're talking about anonymous projects. That's one of the things where some projects are really going to struggle. They're really going to struggle. I mean, if you look at, you know, there's a couple of big coins that are still, you know, they still have an anonymous founder. But those guys can't go to conferences and they can't network with people and they can't make business connections in the way that other people can. It really does seem like, you know, by protecting their identity and all that from the world, they're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities. And I think that the days of being able to do that are maybe, you know, are maybe numbered. I don't know. Well, we still keep a couple of cars on your main PC for testing. Well, this is something I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about selling the 1080 Ti on my main PC and either buying a 2080 or a 2080 Ti. So it'll help from a streaming performance gaming point of view, but it'll also help from a testing point of view as well. But I don't know, because is there any reason for me to do that, really, other than the initial review of it and all that? Because I would be buying... I'd be selling a 1080 Ti to buy a card that's slightly better and just kind of buying it for the sake of it. I'll still have at least one card or two cards, I would say, for testing, and I'll be able to do testing and things like that, and I can still mine. I'm actually at the point where it makes more sense for me to mine with what do you call it, Nice Hash or mining rig rentals or something like that. It'd be easier for me to just simply buy the hash power or just buy the coins directly. It makes more sense for me to do that. I don't regret what I did this year as far as, you know, spending all the money I did on mining, you know, over the last 8-9 months or 10 months. That's even longer than that now. 11 months. I don't regret it though, because I think I've got a very good understanding of mining now, and I understand how to use all these mining services. So if the opportunity arises for me and I see a coin and I think the hash rate isn't good enough or there's an opportunity for me to mine it, then yeah, I've got all the tools to do that. So whether I've got a lot of cards there or not, if I didn't have a lot of cards, I could just use mining rig rentals and just, you know, just rent rigs and just buy the hash power. I could do that. That's certainly an option. But I'd probably be more inclined, you know, I'd probably only do that if a coin wasn't on an exchange, or if I crunched the numbers and, you know, it seemed like a bargain. Quad SLI. I don't think I would fit in my PC case. Jonathan Pollock. Vincent Briatore, crypto guy, loses 750,000 in altcoins and bank seizes the rest. Wow. I don't know if Vincent Briatore, is he going to that conference? I'll need to check that. I like him. I like his YouTube channel. If he's going to be good to meet him. That's crazy though, isn't it? 750,000. I'd say keep the 1080 Ti. I think the main reason if I did upgrade from a 1080 Ti to I can kind of justify going from a 1080 Ti to a 2080, because if I sold my 1080 Ti and got like 550, 600 or something like that, and I only have to pay another £150 to get a 2080, then I'm going to get a new card, slightly less electricity, and I'm going to get, you know, like another 3-year warranty. So I can kind of justify that. You know, I've got a YouTube channel, I do live streaming, I do need a card like that for live streaming. So I can kind of justify it in that respect. But at the same time, I really don't need it. I can survive with the 1080 Ti. It's doing everything I need it to do. So I'll see what happens. Yeah, it does have lower memory, and it will have lower hash power as well for, you know, for Ethereum right now. $2080 Ti good for bragging rights. Yes, it is. Certainly is. I could wear a t-shirt saying I've got 2080 Ti's. I keep mining with my 1080 Ti with updated miner. A few cents profit a day. I don't know if any of you guys were mining 1445, but the new version of EWBF, I think it's 0.6 is out. So check that out. The hash rate should be a little bit higher. Forgot to mention that earlier. You're going to get a 2080 for your gaming PC. The funny thing is, even with a 2080 Ti, I probably couldn't game on this PC and stream at the same time because of the resources it takes up. I've got a game capture card though, so I might actually just hook up my PlayStation 3 and play games on my other YouTube channel. That'd save me the hassle of buying a new card. But I'll have a look into it. Right, guys, I'm going to call it quits at that. It's been great catching up. I know it's been too long since I've did a live stream. I'll try and do another one this week at one point. Maybe Wednesday or Friday. Maybe I'll have a think. The recent Nice Hash legacy is mining with enlargement power option. Oh, that's quite cool. I didn't know that. AMD will come with a 7nm card in 3 or 4 months. I have seen some reports saying that AMD will be releasing a new card at the end of the year. So we'll see what happens with that. And AMD could come out that, you know, because of the price point that Nvidia have come out with, AMD are in a very good position to come out with an aggressive price point and steal a lot of their customers that think that the 20 range is too expensive. And maybe AMD will come out and their cards will be better from a mining perspective as well. So we'll see what happens. So guys, many thanks. I appreciate everyone that's been leaving comments. I do appreciate it. It's always good for you guys to steer the discussion, because if it was just me talking about whatever pops into my brain, you get very bored very quickly. So many thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you later on in the week. I'll do another live stream, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. I don't think Thursday, but we'll see what happens. Many thanks, guys. All the best, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Cheers, guys. All the best.